Eddie, there's a potential undisputed welterweight bout for later this year. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. Oh, you like that fight? You like that fight? Okay.
Yeah. I think everybody liked that fight.
Who wins that fight?
Look, this is a fight that a lot of people have been waiting for. And I think we've been waiting for this since something like this since the whole Floyd-Pacquiao thing, which I think, and that was a while ago. I know I'm talking crazy, I'm bringing back old shit, but it took so long for Floyd and Pacquiao to come together that by the time it did, it was kind of like a little more watered down than we wanted it to be. So the good thing about this situation is it is happening now. They're both in their absolute prime. Errol Spence, even though he had the action and everything, he's proved to be truly elite and to come back 100%. And you know, Bud Crawford is who he is. He's one of the best fighters in the world. And as a fan, I like them both. But I'm thinking, if I'm gonna break the fight down, the one thing I think with Crawford that will put Crawford over the top is if he can get respect from Earl. If he can hit Earl and make him say, oh, this dude, you know what I mean? Or if he can at least get him to stop his momentum for enough time for him to get breaks every now and again and to keep space in between them, you know what I mean? And if Crawford doesn't get too overzealous with proving that his nuts is bigger than his, I think Crawford can win. Stop laughing. But
stop being a politician. Son.
No.
Senator, just answer your question.
I'm answering, but I gotta break it down. I gotta give you why. I gotta give you why I'm giving my decision. I'm making my. And with Earl, it's just like I feel like he's so busy and so like dominant. He wants to dominate with activity, and there's elements of skill in there too, and he's really tough and a mentally strong athlete coming in. So I feel like I'm obviously leaning from what I'm saying, but I'll say this too. I think that also, before I even get to that, I think that also plays into Bud's hands a little bit, because sometimes, like, even though you're busy and you're doing it, you're putting yourself, if you're busy and you're coming in and you're active, same thing with like Sean Porter, when Sean Porter fought Bud. He was really like pressing and he was coming in, he was doing well, but then you put yourself in harm's way more. And we know Crawford can punch and he has a high level of skill. So with that, with Spence coming in and being busy and being tough and strong and all that, may give Bud the chance he needs to get him out of it. However, I'm going to say this. When I watched Spence fight you guys, I was just, and I seen him get caught with some shots, and you know, and he just didn't break character. He was into that. That is him. I honestly, I just don't know how Crawford is going to be able to keep him off him, to be honest. I think Crawford is excellent. I think he has to prove that he's a puncher, like a real puncher. He's gonna have to take Earl's legs away. He's gonna have to hit him with a shot that just takes him out of it in order for him to win. In my opinion, I think Earl's gonna be on his ass from round 1 to whenever the fight's over. He's gonna keep that steady diet of punches the best way he can. If he can make Earl put his hands in his pocket, obviously that will change, or if he can put him down, but I just don't think he can do that. I honestly don't know if anyone can do that, aside from him going up too high in weight. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he's just me watching it, and I can tell you how difficult, even if you're a talented fighter with a good crack, how difficult it is to keep guys who are busy off you. And he ain't taking a backwards step. Watch it fight you guys. Watch the fight. Now I know you guys not a huge puncher, but you guys can punch a little bit. Yeah. Some of these other fighters, Danny Garcia, he can crack. Yeah. He don't step back, bro. He was in there. He's on you and making you like, where's all of this shit coming from? And when is it gonna give me a break? And this is the kind of thing. I seen like Floyd, when he fought Jose Luis Castillo. Castillo busy, inside, constant pressure. Even to a Floyd Mayweather. Now Floyd, I think back then was a little more trying to be in the game a little bit, like trying to be excited. When he realized that he didn't have to do that, and he could use the ring a little bit more, he was able to get away with it. I think aside from maybe a Floyd or something like that, being able to utilize the ring, or maybe a Erislandy Lar like how he was, being able to use the ring, those are the kind of fighters that may, I think, give Earl a bit of trouble, because then he's gonna have to come in. He's coming all the time, of course. He's how do you say it? I gotta stop saying that. People gonna start trying to cancel me. But anyway, he's gonna have to give them what they want, because he wants to be busy. And I think it'll be a little harder for him to get to them. But from what I've seen of Crawford likes to get into the game. He likes to fight. He wants to fight. He doesn't necessarily want to move around and box like that. He wants to box, but he wants to box here. I don't like.
Is that to his detriment?
I think
in an Errol Spence
with
fight.
the Errol Spence, I think that's to his detriment. You don't want to give him opportunities to constantly put his hands on him, because even though you may be really tactically good and you may have the right counter shots and all of that, you can't counter 16 shots all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be behind. You understand what I'm saying? And you can't be too judicious and too careful with your punches, because you don't want to get behind. So you're kind of in a double-edged sword. You gotta figure it out. And I think with Crawford, the best thing for him is to create space, if he can, get respect from Earl, and then be better defensively. But but once again, if you trying to walk in and hold the earmuffs like I used to do on, and you in there with Earl, he doesn't give a shit where your hands are. He's punching at you. You feel me? So it's kind of hard to be good defensively when you got 75, 80 punches coming at you every round, and they're all punches that can hurt you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's tough, man. It's a tough call, but I'm leaning toward Earl. I like him. I like what he represents. I like his attitude toward it. You know what I mean? His confidence. A lot of things. The way he is as a fighter, I respect it. I'm not saying I don't like Crawford, because I like his, I like him as well. But I like how Earl is as a fighter. He's a good ambassador for the sport.
Sure.